You know what sucks about being sick? Everything. Ugh. Stuffy. My throat is scratchy. Can you hear it in my voice? Ugh. But I can say on a positive note, nothing makes me feel better when I'm sick than soup. And today, we're gonna make Zuppa Toscana. All gluten-free and all plant-based. And it's so close to the original that you can't tell the difference. Stay tuned, guys. Hey guys, this is Nutrish Nation and I'm Ange, and today we are going to make soup. Being a plant-based person means that you probably eat a lot of soup because soup's delicious and you can make a ton of it. You can have meals for days and it's always good. But honestly, for me, eating soup when it's 90 degrees outside just doesn't seem that appetizing. So me and my family, we kind of wait for soup season, otherwise known as cold and flu season. Soup season in my house is defined as the best weather conditions in which to enjoy soup. So today, we're gonna make Zuppa Toscana. I'm not gonna say where they serve Zuppa Toscana. It's an establishment that I used to patronize quite a bit for their unlimited soup and salad. The Zuppa Toscana was probably my favorite soup of all time. So when I went gluten-free and plant-based, another thing on the list of can't eat, well, I was wrong. Because I'm about to show you how to make a gluten-free and plant-based version. Honestly, I think it's better than the original. It's that good. Sorry about that. This Zuppa Toscana soup is not only gonna make me feel better, but you're gonna love it. So make sure you like this video, share this with your friends and family if you don't think they're gonna be ultimately grossed out by my gross voice and sniffly nose. Hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you're alerted every single time I post. Make sure you comment down below that soup season sucks, but that Zuppa Toscana soup rules. So come on, come cook with me. And I can whine because I'm sick. And if you don't cook with me, I might just take a nap.
If you're going to make a standard size stock pot of soup here, you're going to want to half this recipe. For me, I'm going to make this big mamma jamma because I'm very sick and I want to have a lot of leftovers. We're going to start with about a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of our stock pot on medium heat. And I'm going to add 8 sausage links to the bottom of my stock pot. Again, if you're doing a standard size stock pot, only utilize 4. These are Beyond Meat hot Italian sausage links. You could use any type of sausage here that you prefer, but I have utilized this sausage in this soup several times and it really tastes like real sausage. I get these going in the bottom of the pan, and as you can see, some of mine are thawed and some of mine are still frozen. I throw them in frozen or thawed. It doesn't matter. We're just looking to get a nice browning on the outside of these sausage links. Listen to those sausages sizzle. After about 5 or 6 minutes, I'm going to pull the sausages out of the pot and let them rest on the counter. And then into the bottom of the stock pot, I'm going to dump in 2 diced sweet onions. Again, if you're making a standardized stock pot, I would only utilize 1 onion here. We're going to get that onion caramelized. Make sure to use your wooden spoon to scrape the bottom of the pot while you're stirring your onions so that you can ensure all those brown bits of flavor get into your soup. And now I'm adding 12 cloves of minced garlic. Now I'm adding 12 yellow potatoes that I have cubed and left the skins on. I'm adding some kosher salt and a lot of freshly cracked pepper. Still peppering. Still peppering. A lot of freshly cracked pepper. Here is an entire large bag of organic kale. This is going to cook down and wilt down very similarly to spinach. As you can see, I stir this pot of soup often, and the reason I'm doing that is to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. Now, unfortunately, a little part of this video that did not tape record for some reason, when I deglazed the bottom of this pan, I did utilize about 1/4 cup of white wine. If you do not drink wine or you do not have any on hand, you can utilize a few dashes of rice wine vinegar and receive the same effect here. Now for our vegetable broth, I am utilizing organic vegetable broth here, and I'm going to add 7 of the vegetable stocks at 32 ounces each. Again, if you're doing a standard stock pot, I would say have 3 or 4 on hand. You're probably going to use about 3 or 3.5. As I'm adding all of this liquid, I'm making sure that my burner is now up on high. I want to get this soup boiling quickly so that it can reduce down a little bit. Now I'm adding 1/4 cup of onion powder and 1/4 cup of garlic powder. Also adding 2 teaspoons of garlic salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes, 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds, and 3 whole bay leaves. And a little more kosher salt and freshly cracked pepper. Now I've taken the sausage and I've cut it up into small crumbles, and we're going to add that back into the soup. And now I'm going to taste the soup for seasonings, and I always recommend that any recipe that you make, whether it's my recipe or someone else's, that you always taste it. Always make sure you have your seasonings right before you finish your dish. We're almost done, guys. The soup is looking really delicious. Now, once your soup starts to bubble on top and you can faintly see that it's about to boil, this is where I'm going to add our creamy element. And to get that with this vegan soup, I'm going to utilize oat milk. The reason I prefer oat milk is because it is the one plant-based milk that I have found that works really well in these types of recipes where you cannot taste an aftertaste. So I found that oat milk doesn't have a taste. It's the closest thing to real milk taste is that I've been able to find. So I'm going to utilize oat milk here. Now, for gluten-free people, if you are bothered by oats, then you're going to want to make sure that you make your own oat milk and you utilize gluten-free oats in which to do that. There's a lot of milk supplements that you could utilize, but this is our favorite. And I'm going to add in about 3/4 of this container of oat milk. Zuppa Toscana soup has this little undertone of creaminess to it, and so this oat milk is going to give us that same creaminess. Once you place in your plant-based milk and you've stirred this around nicely and get this up to a boil, you are going to let this soup boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. Your aim here is just to get your potatoes cooked through and to make sure that your kale has wilted down. Once that's happened, I would place this soup onto a low medium and I would let it cook for about another half an hour. Once that happens, your soup is ready to serve. Please remember to like this video and share this with your friends and family that you think could benefit from a plant-based or gluten-free recipe. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel and you hit the little bell next to it so that you get alerted every single time that I post. If you liked this recipe, please make sure you comment down below that soup season sucks, but Zuppa Toscana rules. I know that you have tons of options on YouTube, videos that you could watch, so every time you choose my channel and my videos, I am always so thankful and humbled by that. So thanks again for your support, guys. I hope you liked this video, and I hope that this channel brings a lot of good content and information into your kitchen. Keep eating your truth, guys, and I'll see you next time.